everyone, today I'm in the middle of absolutely nowhere basically. I'm recording on my phone again because my normal camera is still busted. I think I'm just going to get a new one when I have the money to, and invest in one that actually has a zoom this time, which would be good. But I'm on, I think it's Denison Road still, out sort of behind Lonnavale, and I'm going to be hiking to an unnamed waterfall that's not marked on any maps, but I've seen a couple photos. It looks pretty good. There's a good amount of water in this river here. Hopefully that shows it alright. I think this is Falls Rivulet that I'm standing in front of now. But basically this bridge is shut because it's sort of busted, and I've got about 2.5 k's to go up this road, and then I'll be hiking up some old like rough trails and a bit of off-track stuff, and that'll get me to the falls hopefully. So it should be a hike of a few hours-ish, and we'll see how we go. So I came the way I did up Denison Road rather than Lonnavale Road, which is the road that would actually take you directly to the creek where it'd be a much shorter walk. I came the way I did because on the forestry website it says that Lonnavale Road is shut northwest of Russell Road, sorry, not Lonnavale Road, but Russell Road is shut because of damage to the these twin bridges. And I wasn't sure at what point of the road those were, but I think it could just be the bridges that were where I parked. So it's entirely possible you'd be able to drive up Russell Road from Lonnavale to the start of the walk to the falls and avoid this 2.5 k each way road walk that I'm doing. So yeah, but this way you definitely can go. You know, if I went the other way, it could just be shut further down, I don't know. And it's not the worst just walking on the road for half an hour, especially in such a cold day, unless you warm up a bit. But yeah, probably see you when I get to the turn off to the falls. Also, as a side note, sorry the camera's going to be super shaky today. I don't have image stabilization on my phone, so it's going to be a bit dodgy, the footage, till I get a new camera. But yeah, sorry. Okay, so it's been about half an hour, and I'm pretty sure this is the creek where the falls are on. It's flowing pretty well. It is actually a smaller creek than I'd expected. There's definitely a decent flow of water going through. There should be a four-wheel drive track of sorts that goes up to the left somewhere around here. Oh yeah, I reckon this could be us. Okay, so it's very, very wet, but there's definitely a track that goes up through that way. So, yeah, let's see how it goes. So what I've been going up is a track in the loosest possible sense of the word. I feel like it was probably a logging track decades ago, but it's entirely back to nature. So it's sort of like areas where the forest is just open, but it's not really a track. In saying that, it's open enough that it's not very hard walking. I'm just sort of trying to keep to where the trail would have been to avoid getting caught in any scrub. Well, I've reached a point with some nice views over the snowy ranges. Also getting some glimpses of the falls through the trees there, which look pretty impressive. It's just quite steep and scrubby, so I've got to find the best way to get down. But it looks like a very impressive waterfall, so I'm keen to get there. And the views of the mountains are really nice. Well, I've reached a pretty good vantage point of the falls, and it is a big waterfall. I'll show you. That upper cascading bit is 20 metres high probably, and then can't see the bottom of that plunging section, but that's where I'll be going. It's amazing this one's not even marked on maps, because yeah, it certainly should be. I'll see you down the bottom, I reckon. Well, I've reached the base of what I'm going to call Lonnavale Falls, because it doesn't really have a name. and it is an extremely impressive waterfall, probably 15 to 20 metres high, this section. And obviously at least that same amount again in the upper tiers. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I'd say it's most likely seasonal, because if you look at this creek, it's not really, doesn't look like a really significant watercourse, but in winter as we are now, it's pumping. Well, I've just stumbled across something I didn't think I would find, and that's a sign pointing to the upper falls, which makes me think there's a track somewhere that I just haven't been on. It looks like a trail goes off this way. I'm not sure if that means there's another one that came in from that way or something. But that's properly weird. Okay, this is beyond strange. So there is actually a track on the other side of the creek, which I'm imagining must have come from the road. Well, there you go. So all that bush bashing over that side was for nothing. It's like an actual trail. Oh well, I'll take that way on the way out and see what it's like and see where I end up. But for now, I'll take some photos, then head up to the upper falls. On the way to the upper falls now. As you can see, oops, this is not at all a bad little track actually. So I was up at this big tree. So on the way down, I actually crossed over this point and thought this looked like a track, but thought it just must have been a coincidence. And I went down. I'll show you in a sec. So I came down that scree slope and went through there and then went straight down. But I mean, obviously the track's much easier. There's even a rope here which I didn't see on the way in. Anyway, I'll see you at the upper falls. Pretty cool vantage point from just off the track. This is the main section of the upper falls. Pretty nice. Long way down there. Well, I've reached the very top of the falls, quite a long way down there, and the views into the valley are awesome. And that's looking upstream. And the track is just sort of in there. Well, the trail kept going upstream of the falls, so I thought I'd just follow it, because why not? And I've come to a really nice upper waterfall. It's only about 100 metres upstream, definitely worth the extra effort. Really cool spot. Okay, so I've just made a fairly slippery crossing across those logs there, back at the lower falls, and now heading off this way on this track. I'm curious to see where it ends up and if there's any more signage or anything. This really, like, given there's actually a track here, this really should be a much more publicised place, because it's just about as good of a waterfall as any around here, to be honest. About 35 metres high in all. very impressive, especially in winter as we are now. But anyway, track is pretty easy so far, so we'll see how it goes. Continue along the track. Oops. Very open and easy. So I think this would be the four-wheel drive track I was thinking of. I just got the side of the creek that it was on incorrect. Because if you look underneath, you can sort of see the old remnants of a road. I don't think we're far away from the main road now either. It really is not a very long walk at all when you're on this track. Okay, so I'm back on the main road. It only has taken maybe 10 minutes since the falls coming this way, so really not long at all. That's where the track goes in. There's no signage or anything here, which makes that one sign at the falls even weirder. Give you an idea, you got the bridge there. So that's looking back towards Lonnavale along Russell Road. And that's the way I'm going back to meet up with Denison Road. There's a pull out on the left here. I don't reckon it's for this track, it could be. And yeah, that's the track up there. So I'm probably going to wrap up the video now because I've just got a couple of Ks, 2.5 Ks now walking on the road. But pretty much, if you can drive to here, this ends up being to probably get to the uppermost waterfall, maybe an hour return hike. Not really that hard in the end. It's still a bit steep and it's still a rough track. To the lower falls, it's really easy except for that that creek crossing at the end there. But even then, like, it's manageable. You probably in really high flow would struggle getting across, but if you still are really keen, you could always come in the way I did, which is just a bit of a bushwhack on the other side, but nothing extraordinary hard. Anyway, it's definitely been a good walk this. Highly recommended. Definitely needs to actually get marked on maps and stuff because, yeah, as I said, it's as good as many other waterfalls that have much more fanfare. But that'll be it for me. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.